we're online, and remove myself. So hopefully you can see and hear okay. Just going to get you straight. There we go. So it's a pool party card base. I have posted the measurements for you. This is part of a class where there are actually 6 designs, and you will make 2 of each. So that would, sorry, 5 designs. So it's a total of 10 cards because you make 2 of each. And if you spend £35 in my online store, you get the card stock, everything except the stamped images for you. If you spend £35, and that's free postage. Alternatively, you can pay for the class, but that's £30. So if you bought the stamp set and maybe some cardstock and some ink, that should see you through to getting everything ready to make it. And then you have the stamp set. I just really love this one. Oh, a bit sad, I know. So apologise about the rustling. I thought I had already, yeah, I have already opened this. So I've got everything ready, so you don't have to watch me cuts and everything. There is a bit of colouring. So this is what I was telling you about. I stamped on Pool Party with the Gentle Waves stamp set, and then I ran it through with an embossing folder, which is also in the mini catalogue, and they fit through the mini stamp and cut and emboss. And I used the stripes, and there's also a splatter one, so you can see that there. I actually haven't really used the splatter, but I use the stripes a lot, and they're great. They're quite narrow, so they will go through our mini. If you'd like a session where I show you how to use that, I'd be more than happy to do that. So I've cut that down. I've stamped it, embossed it, and then just trimmed it down. I have also die cut my label from the Hippo and Friends, and all I need to do now is just do my stamping, and I need to do the colouring. So I think it's cinnamon cider I've used, the dark and the light, and these are in colours which we've only got left for a few months, and then they're going. And I think it was Poppy Parade I used. No, that's Calypso Coral. Where's my Poppy Parade? Oh, that's real red, so I'll use that anyway. Oh, and Smoky Slate. The other thing I need for the... don't know what you call these. The I mean, to me they look like shields. They may well be shields actually. Anyway, okay, so it's the ship we want, and the sentiment, which is the happy birthday. You've conquered another year, which I think is just a little bit of fun. I would use my Stamparatus, except I tidied it away, and no, I'm not sure where I've put it. I think I need to get that out because it's much better for my RA. So I'm going to, because I'm going to be colouring in, I'm going to stamp these in Memento. I mean, obviously the happy birthday, you could stamp in anything, but I'm going to do that in, make sure I've got my stitched side the right way around. And make sure I've got my stamp set up the right way as well, that would help. So I'm going to just stamp the sentiment toward the top of the label and hope it's straight. Yay, great. Okay, and then now I'm going to, just onto a piece of scrap basic white, stamp my ship. And I'm going to stamp in near the bottom because I don't know if you can see, there's a wave. And then what I've done on here is I've cut it a bit lower down, so you actually got sort of a little bit of the sea showing. So there we go. I'll show you how I do that in a second. Oh, that reminds me, I'm going to need Pool Party outside to colour the sea in. Throwing things on the floor. One of those days. So how is everybody? I'd love to hear from you. Say hi if you're watching, and if you're watching the replay, welcome. And I'm just really grateful for you to join me and support my business. If you could share the videos on YouTube, that would be fantastic. So I would like to get my subscribers up a bit. I don't have very many at the moment, and that's one of my goals for 2022. So I haven't actually set a number at the moment because I just thought I'd see how it goes and then we'll set some numbers. Right, so let's get colouring. So the boat I've done with cinnamon cider, so it's the light and the dark, and I usually, these on your blends, these lines show which side the nib is. So this one is the thin end and that's the thicker end, but I tend to use the thin one. Gives you a little bit more control. And with these I'm really just colouring. I'm not really doing any blending because of the way the stamp is. I've actually got the lines to use the alternate colours. I love colouring, it's so therapeutic, very relaxing. So I think these type of stamps are called line arts, where literally you're just stamping the line, and you can use any medium to, oh I don't want to do that, I'm going to go with the dark one, so I'm going to go down one. Yeah, you could use your water colour pencils, your markers, the blends. You could even use your Dauber or your Stampin' Right markers and colour in before you. Actually, you can't. No, you can't. On some stamps, you can colour in on the stamp set, but because this is line art, you can't. So I'll take that back. Right, then this is the dark for the middle and the very bottom line. Doesn't look an awful lot darker, so I might need to go over that again. I'll do the rest of it and then go back over so where I want it to be darker. Hopefully you'll see the difference it makes. Hope you didn't hear that, that's my tummy rumbling. I've just had lunch, so I don't know why it's rumbling. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, that's not an awful lot. Yeah, there's a little bit of difference, but if I go over the with the dark again in a minute, you'll see the difference. So this is the dark smoky slate. I'm just going to do these middle bits. On this one, I just put one gem in the middle just for sort of a bit of emphasis, really. I've just noticed I missed a bit of the mast on this one. Gosh, how did I miss that? Let's quickly. There we go. Just do the mast. That's in the light cinnamon cider. And then the light smoky slate for, I think these do definitely look like shields. So I'm not being particularly careful, but you know, I'm going to be cutting it out so it doesn't matter too much if I make a mistake. Right, now I'm going to go back over with my dark cinnamon cider, and then hopefully this time you will notice a bit more of a difference. So you can see there the difference now. Okay, I just missed a bit there, and I've also got to do the oars. Okay, now I'm going to use the red for the mask, sorry, for the sail, just to give it a pop of colour. There we go. And oh, gosh, just got that all over my hand. Okay, I'm just going to clean my hand so I don't get it all over the card. Okay, right. So now I'm going to colour the C, and then I'll show you how I did the cutting out. I'm going to use the thicker end this time, just for speed really. Okay, told you it's one of those days. Right, so what I did then was, just with a pencil, I kind of mirrored this stamp here. In fact, I'm not doing that very well. And then I'm going to just fussy cut my ship. Do the bottom first. So I'm literally just doing the wiggle, kind of trying to mirror what's on the stamp above. So just so you have a little bit of C, really. And then we'll just cut straight up there. So I am allowing just a little bit of white around the edging. And I'll come back and finish his mouth off in a second. Looks like a horse, doesn't he? Which obviously is deliberate. There we go. Now normally I would have all this done, but I just thought it's useful for you to see a bit of stamping and how quick and easy it is. And the quality of the stamps is just fabulous. So I would love you to click on the link to my online store, and as I said, I have posted the directions for you how to make this. And so if you spend £35 in my online store, I will send you the card bases, the die cuts, everything except the stamped images, because that's against Stampin' Up's corporate policy. I'm not allowed to send stamped images, which makes sense when you're a stamping company. And I would love you to become my customer. Okay, nearly there. Just his ships are she's normally, but there we go. Right, let's get all this out of the way, and then we can put the card together. So in the instructions, it's 29.6 by 10.5 scored at 14.8 to give you your card base. Then I have stamped with the gentle waves and embossed, and that is 4 centimeters, and that will be by 14.8 to just go on there. So I'm going to just use wet glue because of the ridges. It's not going to be very easy to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And it's going in the lower half of the card base with a bit of a gap at the bottom. You could do the whole of the bottom half if you wanted, but just kind of make it pop a bit. Just going to smooth that down, get rid of any excess ink. There we go. And then both the label and the boat go on with Dimensionals. I had it a minute. Oh, there it is. I put things down and then I can't see them for looking. It's crazy. Right. So let's get this label on. I'm just sort of centering it. My sentiment's not completely straight, but it could be the C. Okay, and then I'm going to have my C going over the edge, and that's going to be on the Dimensionals as well. I think I might need a mini one for his head. Her head. The ship's head. Go. Okay, and I'm just going to pop some rhinestones. I've got these beautiful, these have just gone on sale on, I think it was the 1st of March. It's with the new suite. I've put it somewhere safe, but I will show you that. It's an amazing suite of waves. Oh, here it is. Waves of Inspiration. And there's matching dies, so I will be doing something with that very soon. And there's some amazing designer series paper. So it's a suite, so these are sort of blues and greens. So those are the ones I thought it's a C card, so really I need to use. I'm going to do 3 here. 2, 3. Now on this one I put a ribbon, but I think if I was sending it to a man, I probably would leave the ribbon off. So I'm going to do one with the ribbon, and you can see I've put the rhinestone. It's actually slipped. It was in the middle of the ribbon. So that's rhinestone on the ribbon, 1 shield and 1 up there. But on this one, I've put all 3. So I'd love to hear which one you prefer. I think they're both nice. But as I said, I don't think I'd put a ribbon on if I was sending it to a guy. So that's it for today, folks. Thank you for joining me. As I said, the instructions are in the post. And if I can do anything to help you facilitate, if you want to buy anything on my shop, please don't hesitate to text or email me. Thanks for joining me. Have a great weekend.